Join Kids Hat family.
Tia, I can't believe I lost my lucky charm. I've had it for years and now it's gone. Oh no, Tofu, don't worry. Sometimes things like this happen for a reason. What do you mean? Well, sometimes we lose something important because it's time for us to let it go and move on to bigger and better things. But how am I supposed to move on without my lucky charm? Well, I have a story that might help. It's a story about a young prince who, like you, had lost something very dear to him. What did he lose? He lost his magic amulet, a gift from his late mother. The amulet had the power to grant him any wish he desired. Wow, that sounds amazing. What happened to the prince? The Prince and His Magical Amulet. Well, the prince was heartbroken when he realized the amulet was gone. He searched high and low, but he could not find it. He began to lose hope and he became depressed and withdrawn. But one day, while walking through the forest, the prince came across a wise old owl.
Hello, young prince. Why do you look so sad?
Oh, wise owl, I have lost my magic amulet and I do not know how I will ever be happy again.
Do not despair, young prince, for the amulet was not the source of your happiness. It was your own kindness, compassion, and pure heart that truly made you happy.
But how can I be happy without the amulet?
The amulet may have granted your wishes, but it was your own actions that brought joy to others. You can continue to spread happiness and kindness even without the amulet.
The prince thought about the owl's words and realized he was right. He had always found joy in helping others, and he realized that he did not need the amulet to do so. So the prince set off on a journey to spread love and kindness throughout the kingdom. And as he traveled, he found that he was happier than he had ever been before. As he traveled, he encountered many people and animals in need of help. And with each kind act, the prince's heart grew fuller and happier. He helped an old man carry his heavy bags across the river. He saved a group of kittens from a burning barn. And he even taught a group of lost children how to find their way home. As the prince's reputation for kindness and compassion spread throughout the kingdom, more and more people and animals came to him for help. And the prince, with the help of his friends, was always there to lend a helping hand. But as much as the prince enjoyed helping others, he also missed his magic amulet. He often thought about where it might be and who might have it. One day, as the prince was walking through the forest, he heard a faint voice calling out to him. "Prince, Prince, can you hear me?" The prince followed the voice until he came upon a small enchanted pond. And there, floating on the surface, was his magic amulet. "Prince, I am so glad you found me. I have been waiting for you."
Amulet? Is it really you? I can't believe it.
"Yes, it is me, your magic amulet. I have been lost for so long, but I knew you would find me."
How did you get here?
A group of mischievous sprites found me and played a trick on me. They hid me in this enchanted pond. But now that you have found me, I can return to you and grant your wishes once again.
Amulet, I don't need you to grant any of my wishes anymore. I have learned that happiness comes from within, and I can spread joy and kindness to others without the use of magic.
Oh Prince, You have truly grown and learnt the value of compassion. You no longer need me to grant your wishes, for you have the power to make your own happiness.
Thank you, Amulet. I will always cherish you, but I think it's time for you to return to the gods. They are the ones who truly possess the power of magic.
Very well, Prince. I will return to the gods, but know that I will always be with you in spirit, guiding and protecting you.
The prince thanked the amulet and sent it back to the gods. And as he continued his journey, he knew that he had the power to make his own happiness and the happiness of those around him.
Wow, Tia, this was a really good story.
I'm glad you liked it, Tofu. The moral of the story is that happiness comes from within, and we can all spread joy and kindness to others, no matter what we have or don't have.
I see what you mean, Tia. I think I can be happy even without my lucky charm.
I'm sure you can, Tofu. You have a kind and pure heart, just like the prince.
Thank you for telling me such a beautiful story, Tia.
Hey Tofu, what's going on?
I saw some older boys spray paint on one of the walls in school.
The school would not be happy about that. Did you tell the principal?
No, but I want to. But I am afraid.
Don't worry. With a little bit of courage, we can do everything. A very strong and brave man named Hercules lived in Greece hundreds of years ago. He was loved by the people of Greece so much that the king was afraid that people would want him as the king.
I must get rid of Hercules, otherwise people will make him the king. I will set him upon such difficult tasks that he would never return. The first one I am going to send him on is find me 3 golden apples.
He summoned Hercules.
What can I do for you? Hercules, I want you to get me 3 golden apples from the trees in Hesperides. Yes, my king. I will set off on the journey right away.
As he went on his journey, he met 3 maidens.
Can you please tell me the way to Hesperides?
You should ask the old man of the sea.
But when you meet him, hold him tight. He can easily escape.
Once he does, you won't be able to find him because no one knows where he lives.
Hercules thanked the maidens and made his way to the seashore. There, he saw the old man sleeping. He instantly jumped on him and held him tightly.
Who are you? What do you want? I am Hercules. Tell me the way to Hesperides.
The old man immediately tried to escape. He turned himself into a stag, then into a seabird, and every other animal form possible to escape from Hercules' grip. But he couldn't.
It is an island in the middle of the sea. Keep walking along the seashore till you meet a giant. Ask him, and he will show you the way to the island Hesperides.
Hercules started walking along the seashore, and just as the old man had said, came upon a huge and strong giant. He was sleeping. Hercules woke him up, but the giant was very angry.
Who are you? And how dare you wake me up from my sleep?
Angry, the giant struck Hercules with a club. But Hercules was strong. He attacked the giant. He lifted the giant and threw him down. The giant attacked Hercules back, becoming stronger every time Hercules threw him down. Hercules now lifted him in the air and kept him there. This made the giant slowly lose all his strength. Afraid, the giant pleaded with Hercules to put him down on the ground.
Tell me the way to Hesperides. Go meet the Atlas. I will tell you where he is.
Hercules went on his journey again. And met Atlas. He was holding the sky on his shoulders.
Why do you want the golden apples? It is my king's order to bring him 3 golden apples from Hesperides. Hesperides is very far from here, and only I can go there. I shall get them for you if you hold this sky for me.
Hercules agreed and took the burden of the sky on his shoulders as Atlas walked away. He returned after some time with 3 gold apples and put them at Hercules' feet.
Thank you. Can you please take back the sky now? Take back the sky? Not so soon. I have held it for 1,000 years. Now you hold it for the next 1,000 years. I will take it back from you after that.
Hercules was shocked to hear that, but he calmly asked Atlas for some more help.
Okay, I can do that, but let me make it a bit more comfortable for me. Just hold it till I adjust my shoulder pads. Yes, I can do that. Give it to me.
As soon as Atlas took the sky from Hercules, he picked up the 3 golden apples.
Thank you.
His task done, Hercules made his way back to Greece and gave the 3 golden apples to the king. The king was surprised to see that Hercules had succeeded. But he pretended to be happy and gave him a reward. That must have been so scary. Yes, but with courage and bravery, he got through. Okay, I will also go to the principal tomorrow. Good. And don't worry, I'll wait outside his office while you talk to him. Thanks, Tia.
You know, my friend John stays with his cousins. Yesterday, he came late to the class and the teacher scolded him a lot. John said his cousin brothers made him finish their course before they let him leave for school. He said they always trouble him and make him do a lot of housework.
Oh no, he must feel really bad.
John is a very nice boy. He doesn't disobey anyone. He's very nice to his cousin brothers despite the way they treat him.
That is very nice of him. We should always forgive people for their mistakes. Have you heard the story of Cinderella? Once upon a time, there lived a young girl called Cinderella. Cinderella's mother had died,
and so her father had married another woman who had 2 daughters. One day, Cinderella's father went to work and never returned. Cinderella was left at the mercy of her stepmother and 2 stepsisters who made her do all the work of the house.
Cinderella, it's morning already. Where is our breakfast?
Just a moment, stepmother. I am just bringing it out. As soon as Cinderella had laid the breakfast, the stepmother and stepsister started eating it. Cinderella served her own plate too and was about to eat when her stepsister pushed her own plate away.
Yuck! I hate it.
Yes, now that you mention it, it really is horrible. Mother, do something.
Cinderella, are you trying to kill us? What kind of food is this?
But stepmother, I have made it the way I always make it.
How dare you argue with me? Go and make new breakfast for us. Don't you dare do anything else till we have had our breakfast.
And this is what went on in their house every day. The stepmother and stepsisters troubled Cinderella without any reason. But Cinderella loved them still and never ever complained. One day, an announcement was made in the village.
Let everybody know. There will be a royal ball at the palace tomorrow night, and the king's son, Prince Charming, will marry a maiden from amongst the guests. Everybody from the village is invited.
The whole village was excited. Even Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters couldn't stop talking about it in the house. And that is how Cinderella found out about the ball. The royal ball! Prince Charming! The whole village is invited! I will finish my work quickly so we can all go together. Won't it be just wonderful?
You! Who said anything about you going? You will stay here and polish our shoes till you can see your face in them.
And so, with a heavy heart, Cinderella saw her stepmother and stepsisters dress up and leave for the royal ball the next day. Once they had left, she cried bitterly. Suddenly, her room lit up, and Cinderella saw the most beautiful fairy she could imagine. She held in her hand a delicate wand. Who are you? Get up, child. I am your fairy godmother. I am here to get you to the royal ball. Really? I never knew I had a fairy godmother. But how will I get to the ball? I don't have anything to wear. You don't worry about that, my child. And so, in just a few minutes, Cinderella was ready for the royal ball. As she thanked her fairy godmother and got aboard the chariot, she received a word of caution from the fairy godmother. Remember to be back home at 12. Otherwise, the spell will wear off. Soon Cinderella arrived at the palace. As she entered the great ballroom, everyone turned to look who this beautiful maiden was. Nobody could recognize her. Not even her own stepmother and stepsisters. Prince Charming walked to her.
May I have this dance with you?
Yes, Your Highness. And so Cinderella and Prince Charming danced together throughout the evening. Till Cinderella heard the clock strike. Fairy godmother's words came back to her. She needed to get out of there before the clock struck 12. Without saying a word, she tore away from the prince's grasp and ran out of the palace. The prince ran after her. Wait! What is wrong? Why are you running? I don't even know your name. But Cinderella dared not wait or even look back. Her beautiful gown was already turning into rags again. Her hair was coming loose from the perfect bun that the fairy godmother had made for her. She didn't even stop when one of the glass slippers came off her foot and fell in the palace driveway. She ran out of the palace gates and vanished into the darkness on a path that led to her home. Once home, she went back to polishing the shoes that had been given to her and decided never to speak to anyone about the ball. A few days later, 2 men from the palace showed up at their door.
The lady that Prince Charming fell in love with left behind her glass slipper at the royal ball. The prince believes that such a beautiful slipper could fit only his beloved. And so we're asking all the girls in the village to try the slipper. The one whom it fits would be the one the prince will marry. If you have any girls in the house, please ask them to try the slipper.
Oh, yes. I am sure it was one of my daughters. The slipper would fit one of them.
And so both the stepsisters tried to fit their foot into the slipper one by one. They pushed and pushed, but couldn't get their foot in.
Looks like it wasn't your daughter's after all. Is there any other young lady in the house?
No, there isn't. You can leave.
As the king's men made ready to leave, suddenly the door of the house was thrown open. And Prince Charming himself stood there.
Who is this beautiful girl in the upstairs window? Madam, you have lied to us. I demand that the girl be called forth and try the slipper.
Yes, but she is only a servant girl. Nevertheless, Cinderella, come down here at once.
Yes, stepmother. The moment Prince Charming saw Cinderella, he knew he had found his beloved. He took the slipper from the king's man and slipped it onto her foot himself. The slipper fit perfectly in a moment. Cinderella was once again transformed into the beautiful maiden from the night of the ball. Prince Charming took her to the palace with him.
He ordered that the stepmother and stepsisters be punished for lying to the king's men and treating Cinderella so badly and rudely.
But being the kind-hearted person that she was, Cinderella asked for them to be forgiven. The prince fell in love with her even more for her generosity, and they lived happily ever after.
Wow, Tia, how wonderful is it to forgive people? Thank you for telling me this story.
I will tell it to John too. I'm sure he will like it. Okay, shall we go home now? I think it's getting late.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hat family. Subscribe here.